Start with fresh, quality ingredients. The foundation of a crystal clear broth begins with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Use fresh meat, bones, and vegetables to ensure the broth is both flavorful and clean. Avoid using pre-cooked or processed ingredients, as they can cause cloudiness in the final product. Blanch the bones first. Before simmering, blanch the bones to remove impurities. Place the bones in cold water, bring it to a boil, and then drain. This step helps eliminate proteins and fats that can cloud the broth, ensuring a clear, clean base. Use cold water to begin. Start by adding your bones and ingredients to cold water. Gradually heat the water to release the flavors slowly, which helps in keeping the broth clear. Adding hot water from the start can cause proteins to emulsify and create cloudiness. Skim frequently during cooking. As the broth simmers, impurities such as foam and scum will rise to the surface. Skim these off regularly using a ladle or spoon. This process is crucial in maintaining a clear broth and removing unwanted particles that cloud the liquid. Simmer gently, never boil. For the clearest broth, avoid bringing it to a rolling boil. Instead, keep the temperature at a gentle simmer. Boiling causes fats and proteins to break apart and emulsify, resulting in a cloudy broth. Maintain a low simmer for hours to extract flavors without clouding the liquid. Strain the broth thoroughly. Once the broth is done cooking, strain it through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth. This will remove any remaining solid particles that could cause cloudiness. For even clearer results, strain the broth multiple times to ensure it's as clean as possible. Clarify with egg whites, optional. For an extra step in clarification, you can use egg whites. Beat a couple of egg whites and add them to the strained broth, then simmer gently. The egg whites will coagulate and trap impurities. Afterward, strain the mixture again to achieve a crystal clear broth. Cool and skim the fat. Once the broth has cooled, skim off any fat that rises to the top. Chilling the broth allows the fat to solidify, making it easier to remove. This step ensures a clean, clear broth without any greasy texture or appearance. Use a fine filter for extra clarity. To achieve the clearest broth possible, you can run it through a coffee filter or a fine cloth. This extra filtration removes any last traces of impurities or fine particles, leaving you with a pristine liquid. Store the broth properly. Finally, store your clear broth in an airtight container in the refrigerator. The broth can be kept for up to a few days, or frozen for longer-term use. Keeping it cold ensures that any remaining fat will solidify, further helping to maintain its clarity.